it's Trey, and welcome to my desk. I'm so glad you're here. So, I just finished watching a video from Anne from A Colorful Life where she said that she was stepping away from YouTube. And I'm just sad to see her go, and I had to do a tribute to her because there would be no Hey, it's Trey without A Colorful Life. So, I thought, in honor of Anne, and do we have any other fruit bats in the house? I'll get my mouse away here. I should have prepared a little bit. I didn't even get a brush. I just now realized that. Oh, well, isn't this interesting? Looks pretty good. I could probably get some pretty good detail with that. We're wearing Pink Floyd today. Woo! Ink Floyd! Oh, no, where's my favorite brush? You guys, I go through these things where I get a favorite brush, and then that's the only brush I want to use, and then I lose it. All right, well, I think we're going to use these two. So, all right, now that I'm a little bit more prepared, Anne is all about fruit bats. So I selected 2 bat pictures, and I selected this one, which is color by number, because Anne is all about color by number. And then I got this little cutie over here. It's just a kid's coloring book. And I'll tell you a little bit why I selected these, and we'll talk a little bit about Anne. I got my big bucket of crayons, but we'll put this guy aside, and we'll start with this one. And this one probably won't take us too long. I got this at Dollar Tree. I think it came in a pack of 3. It's Beaver Books, and it's color by number. Yeah. Yeah, because I think it had crayons right here, or markers, and then I think it had 3 books in it. And I just picked them up. The paper's great. It's got really good paper in it. And I just thought it would be fun. I probably really don't need that one up there. I can leave it until we do 4. So anyways, we'll do this with some watercolor. And these watercolors are just Master's Touch, I believe. I don't know if I have it on the bottom. Nope. But it's just from Hobby Lobby. And number 1 is orange. So let's go with this orange. So Anne did have 2 channels. She had Crafting with Anne, where she did like diamond paintings. And she had A Colorful Life, where it was mainly coloring. And recently she had consolidated them down to A Colorful Life. And then today she announced that it just has lost the joy in doing YouTube. And she doesn't want to make videos anymore. She just wants to color for herself. Number 2 is green. We got green and dark green. So let's go with this really yellowish green, light green. I put all that orange out there for nothing. We're going to have to stick that in a glue book or something here in a minute. And I can completely and totally understand that so wholeheartedly, guys. I've kind of touched on it in the past that I have a vlog channel, and me and my husband did that for several years, and I just kind of got burnt out on it. I got burnt out on You know, anytime that we were out somewhere, I had to film it. And then, you know, I always had to think about getting shots. And then I had to come home and edit it. And the shots wouldn't be like what I wanted. And I'd be frustrated because, like, maybe the sound sucked, you know. Like, maybe I was really loud and Jeremy was, like, really soft, or there was some kind of background noise that I didn't notice, or the lighting was bad and I couldn't tell. And it just was frustrating. And then, even then, I still had to go through all the footage and put it together. Even if I had decent shots, and I constantly had to edit and all that. And it got to the point that it just sucked the joy out of doing YouTube. So I just kind of I said, I'm going to take a break. And the other day, I got a notice saying that my channel had been demonetized because it's been inactive for a year. And I was like, wow, has it really been a year? But, you know, I wanted to share. And that's one of the reasons that, you know, during that time, I started watching a lot of like Dede Willingham. I started doing art journaling. Let me see if I have it handy. I do. Oh, my bat fell off. So I started doing art journaling. This is my very first art journal. I just started doing painting and just any kind of, I just didn't know. I was just trying a bunch of stuff that I'd seen on YouTube. And as I just started getting into just drawing and painting, I still love these. These are, I don't even remember whose painting tutorial I watched. I need to go back and tag them on there. Oh yeah, that turned out so good. I know that's Art Sherpa. That's definitely Art Sherpa. That's Art Sherpa. I can't remember who that is. But I started doing like all this stuff. And it's so hard for me because I don't have any natural drawing talent. We're going to skip the dark green for now and let the green dry. And we're going to let's go to 5, which is brown. My husband is asking my dinner order, so let me just say yes, that I do want a turkey sandwich. He is texting me from downstairs. Modern life, right, guys? You gonna hear a funny story about that? About 2000 and let's see, 3, 4, 5. Probably about 2006. I went to Disney with my father and my stepmother, and they always loved to bring their walkie-talkies. So they were always about these walkie-talkies, right? And so they gave me a walkie-talkie. Then my father went in the park somewhere and he hit me on it or whatever. And this is what I heard. So I'd go, what? And he'd go, so I would do that like 2 or 3 times. And then I would call him on his cell phone and say, what did you say? And he would get so mad. He'd go like, you're eating up my mats. Willow, come here. Did you hear her scratching on my chair? Well, let me show you my little fruit bat. Let me see if she'll lean in. Let's move this bat and let's bring in this bat. Hello, Willow. Oh, please give us your fruit bat meow. Can we not get a meow from you today, little fruit bat? Oh, no meow. She looks just like a little bat when she meows. She's got these little tiny teeth, and then she's got this really tiny little meow. I'm just purring right now. Come on. I'm acting like I'm going to bite her toe to see if she might meow at me. Because sometimes she will. And sometimes if I bounce her like this, she'll meow. She's my eternal kitten. Sissy up there on the chair. Amber, her big sissy, just jumped on the back of the chair. But we call her our fruit bat. So, Anne, if you just happen to be watching, here's my little fruit bat, even though she won't meow for you. Yeah, come on, meow. You meow, meow. No meows from Baby. Oh, no meows. No meows. Nothing? Not even if I give you belly rubs? Oh. She's a sweet baby. So anyways, around that time I started getting into coloring, adult coloring, and I found Anne. So I started watching Anne, and I just loved her. I loved her style. I loved her humor, her laugh. I loved it. She's so funny. Everything that she shared. So I just started just binge watching all of her colorful life videos. And then I went over to crafting with Anne, and I watched a lot of her stuff. And I love to diamond paint, even though I don't really share it on this channel. I love to do it. So I'd always love to go and see what new stuff that she found and what, ordering Anne had gotten. Come on, little fruit bat. That brown and that orange looks almost the same, doesn't it? I think we need to come in and put a little bit more yellow or something in that. So Anne inspired me to get my first alcohol markers, and I used to love to watch her do color by numbers with her alcohol markers, and she'd tell stories about her cats and about her mom and her dad and her son. There was just so many nights that she just kept me company as I sat here at my desk doing my own thing. And the more that I watched her, the more I got inspired to want to share with other people, the way that I love to be creative. Because, I think Anne and I share that same kind of thing that, we feel like it's important for people's life to be creative. There's just something about it. It brings you joy. And what I loved about Anne is how, her art wasn't perfect. I'd look at Dede Willingham and she would color these amazing things. And then I would just feel bad about my coloring. I mean, I love Dede, don't get me wrong. But, I would color something and I would be proud of it. And then I'd go see Dede and then I would just go, well, mine's trash. But then I'd go to Anne's channel and she'd color something and I'd just go, that's so beautiful. And I think yeah, that's similar to how I color. I could see myself in her and I loved that. It made me feel like, no, I don't have to be out here creating these masterpieces. I just color on paper. That's all that matters. Being creative, having fun, laughing, sharing your joy, sharing your life, inspiring others to just pick up a crayon. And what I loved about Anne, she just taught me to be myself, right? Which is how I end up doing all these crazy things like watercoloring in a kid's color by number book. Yes, Amber? Do you need something, doll? What do you need, baby? You just Amber is our goose. She usually honks instead of really meows. She's looking out the window, so she may start honking at birds now. So yeah, I saw Anne's channel and I just saw all of her fruit bats. And just how much joy she brought me and how much joy she brought others. And it just made me want to put that out into the world. It made me want to go, hey, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have the most expensive art supplies. You don't need anything. Just go to Dollar Tree, get the cheap stuff. It doesn't matter. You don't need pan pastels. You don't need any of that. That's my mission, not necessarily Anne's. Anne's was just be creative, do whatever you want. Anne lately has really been getting into dolls and she wants to learn doll making, and I think that's great. And I really hope that she'll start maybe a channel about doll making and her journey in that. I think that would be very interesting. I love to see that, because I mean, that to me, that's my channel. My channel is saying, hey, come along in my art journey. I think it's important in our lives to be creative, and this is my journey, and I want to share it with you. This brush is losing hair like crazy. It's driving me crazy. I just hate to see her go. It just makes me so sad because I just think so many times how many times I just come in here and flip on YouTube and just immediately go to her channel to see what new videos she had, because she usually always had a new video, whether it was diamond painting or just doing something with markers or whatever. My husband was letting me know that he had ordered the sandwiches. Oh, this brush is awful. I'm going to stick with it though because I'm not a quitter. I love it. I love it. Love its little heart. Let's see, what kind of green are we going to go with? Yeah, let's go with that green. Oh, we're going to need more water. There we go. I know that Anne has had some rough times recently, and I hated to see her go through that. I know she's having challenges. Shut up, Jeremy. Challenges with her parents and all that. I think she's kind of going through a rough season in her life and uh, finding new challenges. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with her moving on. And I just hope nobody gives her grief for that. Yet I know people will. Oh, people can be so mean. I I experienced it when I did my vlog of people just like ordering me around. You need to do this and you need to do that and you need to not talk so much. And it's like, buddy, you're not paying me anything. And the criticisms, sometimes it gets really hard. I haven't really experienced it on this channel yet, but I'm also very, very small. And it almost scares me to grow. When more and more people find me, I love it because I love to inspire people and I love to connect with people and I love to know what people are working on and um, especially finding new people to watch. I'm all about being inclusive and wanting everybody to be in this community and sharing themselves. So I love it when people tell me, hey, I've been watching this other creator. That just brings me so much joy because it brings me another creator to watch. Um, I do hate to see Anne leave our community, and my hope is that maybe she'll just, instead of being a leader in the community, that she'll just step back into the community. And we're going to do some dark blue now. Let's go with this. Yes, queen, yes. My hope is that instead of being a leader within the community, that maybe she'll step back and be fed by the community for a while. It's hard. It's hard to be a leader and be innovative and be in the front all the time. It is really hard. It takes a special kind of person to pick up that camera and put themselves out there. It really does. My friends, they don't understand. They don't understand why I do it. They don't understand the need. But there is a need there. There is a need to share and to inspire. When I don't know, it becomes part of who you are. But I've also experienced things in my life where it was time for me to step back and not do that anymore. Um, I've taught several things in my life that I no longer teach and would never teach again. Like sign language. I used to teach sign language. And that's something I would never teach again. As for one thing, as a hearing person, it's not my place to teach sign language. And I never even said that I was a sign language teacher. I'd always call it a study group. And I said, I will tutor you, but I am not your teacher. You need to find a deaf person to learn, but I can help guide you. But even now, I'm just not even comfortable doing that. I used to teach belly dance. And that was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it. But it was a season in my life and that season is gone. I still belly dance for myself, but I have zero, zero desire to ever belly dance on stage or teach a class. I don't know. Maybe I will if I'm like in an assisted living home. I might teach my friends. But it was just a season in my life, and it's just not something that's a part of me anymore. I used to play the piano. I used to play it quite well. There was a lot of talk of me getting a scholarship and all that with my piano, and it wasn't something that I wanted to pursue. My music teacher was so mad at me because he was like, "You could get a scholarship at UT and major in music," and I'm like, "Yeah, and I don't want to do music." That's just not what I want to do. I want to do computers, and that's what I did. Computers are probably the longest lasting passion in my life, and really, it is my calling. But right now, in a lot of ways, I feel like YouTube is my calling, and I feel like that, I'm coming up behind Ann. I'm standing on her shoulders. I couldn't be here if it wasn't for Ann. I know a lot of you that are here love Ann. Well, it has taken me a lot longer to do this than I thought it was going to. So maybe we'll just do this one. I'll color the other one and put a link on Instagram. How's that? I could always, just keep filming and doing it and until it's done and just speed it up and put some music over it. Maybe I'll do that. So, Ann, just thanks for everything. Just thank you. Thank you for being an inspiration. I model my channel so much after Ann's. When I thought about how I wanted my channel to be, and is how I thought about it, sharing my life, sharing my experiences, sharing my day to day, what my life is like, the real me. I think, that's the thing. I love Ann. I feel like I know the real Ann. I don't feel like there's a fakeness there, you know? I've seen her struggles. I know there's private things that we'll never know, but like in sharing the love of her animals and her mom and her dad and her son and what it's like planting her tomatoes and just listening to her day to day. It's been great. And I just thank you so much, Ann. You probably will never watch this, but I just thank you so much for all that you've given us. So thank you.